Yeah, there's like they do seminars as well, but then the actual coach there, Louise, he actually gets like he's friends with, like world champions and stuff, people with titles. So like they come down to teach.
Is he Brazilian?
Yeah, he's Brazilian.
Yeah.
So he just gets his friends to come and teach. Like we just had a European Brazilian title holder there the other day, and he's just been teaching for weeks.
Tara, yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
BJJ superstar at the minute. Aaron wanted to see you on as well. He was messaging me. He was like, you need more girls on.
We do really, especially from the local area.
It's hard to find though.
It is, yeah.
I feel like I don't feel like there's you, Ticey, at like major level, like competing high level. How did you actually get started with jiu-jitsu?
So I started in the kids program, 210's first kids program. I think it's like 2017, 2018, and then it's just been from there really. My brother does it as well. So
who pushed you to get into it? Your brother?
Yeah, Jamie. Yeah, he just came in. I remember him just coming in. I think it was like around Christmas time. He was like, Aaron's starting a jiu-jitsu class. He's like, you should do it. And I was like, I'll think about it. But then I just did it. I was like, I just did it. And then it's kind of just been all that from there, really.
How old was you when you first went into the kids class?
I think 11 or 12.
11 or 12?
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
I'll say 12,
you've been in it that long? Oh, shit.
Yeah, that long.
Oh, shit.
So how old are you now?
18.
18? Oh, not that long.
Yeah, but it's long, like, as she's only 18, you're still young.
How do you belt up when you're like that age? Do you not get belts when you're 11, 12, 13?
Oh, yeah, you do. So there's a kids belt ranking system. So it goes through like white, grey, yellow, and then green, and then orange and then blue. So there is a kids ranking system, but that stops at like I think 16.
So
and then do you have to restart again being an adult?
No, so I think from there you'll go straight onto the adult belt. So I don't think you would go back to white.
Okay, so what, you just go blue?
I went into blue. I went from yellow to blue.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And you're still blue at the minute,
yeah,
aren't you?
I'm still blue, yeah.
Do you think you are a blue though?
I feel like I've only just now, like I don't even think just now, I feel like I'm only fitting to my belt now.
Yeah.
Like obviously when I got given my belt, I didn't even want it. With all respect. Like I genuinely was like, why do I even have this belt? But I feel like only now I feel like I'm like, if there was like 3 steps, I feel like I'm just about here with my belt. Like I feel comfortable in my belt. Yeah. I feel like I'm comfortable in my belt. Well, not all comfortable, but I'm comfortable. Like I can proudly say like this is the belt that I wear.
Yeah.
But that's only just recently.
After winning all them comps and stuff like that.
Only recently.
Only recently feeling like
only recently, yeah. Because it's like obviously me competing, I've only felt like when you compete, I feel like you learn that you don't really know everything. So like I would compete and then like I'll make a mistake and I'd be like, right, that's something I need to perfect. You know, like you just always find you're always developing. So then the more you find out, the more space you have to develop, the more that you realise like I have a lot to learn. So I just never really felt comfortable in the belt. But I feel like now I can kind of say I can do the minimum.
So will you get ranked up through London Fight Factory then?
Oh, this is actually a good question. This is the bit where I'm like, I don't know. I would like to, if I do get graded a belt in like, I don't know, the next couple of years, I would say that I would like for it to be joint. Because obviously 210 is my home gym. But obviously now that I'm training in London, I'm kind of like split between the two, where I feel at home here, but then at the same time, I'm sort of at home in London. So I'd say I would like for it to be joint. I don't really know who would rank me, but I would.
I feel like they'd have the conversation, Aaron and Boyce, and then obviously with your gym.
Of course, yeah.
Do you have any like rituals before you go into competition? Are you nervous? Like how do you deal with it?
Nerves will always be there. I've always said to myself, like even like when I first competed, I was like, the nerves will eventually go. They don't go. They don't ever go. I feel like they've never left me. But I think, like I've always said, like it's the way you use your nerves. Your nerves will always be there, but you have to learn to channel them and put them in the right areas. It's either you use them to tear yourself apart or you use them to power you into doing good. So
that's like some John Jones.
Yeah.
That was like John Jones right there.
It's just the way you use your nerves. Like nerves will always be there, but to be fair, I just have to put myself in the right headspace. Like you'll find me listening, I'll be wearing headphones. Obviously I have to warm up. That's just number one. I like to go for running. Running's a new thing that I love to do. I have to run. Like when you go to comps, right, you see people do burpees and stuff. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing star jumps. I'm not doing sprawls. I am running. I just have to run back and forth until my heart rate matches. It's weird to explain because like when you're nervous, right, your heartbeat goes up.
Yeah.
I have to make sure that I'm running, so my heartbeat kind of matches that. So my body just kind of, my mind gets distracted. Like I'm not nervous. I'm like,
So you're already like fired up. You're already like warm. So
Yeah,
when you go out there, you've matched your nerves.
Yeah,
so
that's
you're
it.
going to be in like
Exactly,
on a level playing ground.
And it's
Exactly,
probably like a mental thing that your body knows you've not done nothing for your heartbeat to be that high. So you need to run to say, oh no, right, my heartbeat's here now. And it kind of settles you back down.
That's exactly that.
And nerves just never go. Every competition you go to, you're nervous every single time.
Everyone, but you can't show it.
No, it's funny because like last comp I saw you at MK one, I thought you were just cool as a cucumber.
No,
you just go do your thing. You have your headphones on. Yeah.
No, you got to master them, because it's another thing that Aaron told me like ages ago. Is like if they see you nervous, you've kind of already lost the mental battle over like the physical battle. You know, so you got to go out there and just be. You know, you got to show them that you're stronger than them, not only physically or skill wise, but mentally stronger.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of jiu-jitsu I've learned, is being mentally stronger. Like you can have all the skills in the world, but if you're not mentally strong, it just,
Of course.
yeah, there's that.
Have you picked up any like injuries or anything like that?
I've had a couple of knee injuries. I remember I've dislocated my knee like 3 times. I've had
This sport is just like it's normal.
Do you know what the thing is though? Everyone always goes, don't get injured in jiu-jitsu. Don't get injured. I feel like you get injured, they just carry on though.
Like,
They just carry on.
Some guy Minaj told me the other day, he's like, yeah, but you find a way to train around it.
Yeah.
That's what it made me laugh. I was
actually
just
do,
like, so you're battered, but I'm gonna just train a different way. I'm gonna change my whole style.
Yeah, you just got to learn to work around it. I've had pulled a muscle in my back. I had sciatica for a couple of days as well. Ruined my hip flexibility. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, I've had quite a lot. I've had neck injuries. I've ruined a nerve in my wrist, trapped nerve in my wrist. That was recently. And I had a trapped nerve in my elbow. Yeah, it's not looking good.
How'd you get rid of trapped nerves though?
For me, I just had to sit with it. You just have to sit with the
I heard
pain.
you actually can't do nothing about it. It sort of just either goes or...
You just wake up and it's gone.
Yeah.
I had that for ages. Yeah, it just wakes up. You just wake up and it's gone. But apart from that, it's something else you can do.
Yeah.
So how do you balance the intensity of your training, not to get burnt out?
This one, I still find I still get burnt out, because obviously before I was training, like I tried to aim to train 2 times a day, nearly every day, and I found that it is burning me out, especially along with like uni work and working. It burnt me out. But then at the same time, it's like I've sort of, you just got to be disciplined. Even though it's like one of the things that if you don't want to do it, you just still got to wake up and do it. But obviously recently I've kind of just taken a break and been like, I'm going to do it when I want to do it and just not be burnt out. But I don't really know how. I don't really know. It's because it's like, even though I'm burnt out, I still do it. Because it's like, I know years later, I'm going to thank myself for being burnt out and still doing it. Like, even where I am now, I still thank that Tara who still turned up to training when she didn't want to, or was bored and did not want to train. And I am here where I am now. So it's just like,
I feel like
do it anyway.
I feel like it gives you more like mental strength and like more confidence when you do go into them competitions, because you're sort of like, I know what I've done this whole camp sort of thing.
It is, yeah. But at the same time, it can go the opposite way, where I've worked really hard and then I've not got the results that I've wanted. And then you just have to pick yourself up again and just do it all over again.
Yeah,
and just make sure you get the results.
That Goggins, you know, when he says, you got to wake up one day and just tell yourself, this is what we do now.
No, literally, that is it.
You're sitting there in bed, you know, you got that voice in your head, it's like, I don't even want to go. And he's like, this is what we do now.
No, literally, that's it. Literally, that's how it actually started. I remember I was a yellow belt, and it was like just after COVID, and I was like, okay, right, I really did miss jiu-jitsu, and I was like, right, woke up the next day, I was like, we train every day, and that was it. And ever since then, just been training every day. So I did just legit wake up and was like, this is what we do now. We do jiu-jitsu every day.
Has there ever been a time you wanted to like pack it in?
Oh,
you're still young.
Every day. I'm not gonna lie, every day. I want to pack it in every day, but I think sometimes you just have to look at the positive aspects. Like everyone really, I feel like sometimes we kind of like overlook the positives and only focus on the negatives sometimes. But no, I do want to pack it in every day. I generally hate the sport. I remember actually like doing a competition and throwing a full strop and just being like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not turning up to training the next day. And of course I did turn up the next day, but it's just, you just gotta work your way through it. That's legit. That's been my, if that's like the one sentence of my whole jiu-jitsu is that you just gotta work your way through it.
What was it even like when you were younger doing it? Because normally it's when you're like 14, 15, 13, you don't really, you're like, I want to go and play, I want to go and play out. So what was it like then? Was someone always, was your brother or anyone in your family always pushing you like, no, you have to go?
That part I actually don't remember. Like, I was actually trying to think about this other day. I was like, what was jiu-jitsu for me when I was like 12, 13? But I think it's just something that I went to for like, it was just fun. Like, I think it was just knowing that one day I'm just going to beat my brother up.
Yeah.
That was legit the whole aim. like I'm just going to wake up one day and be able to just fight with Jamie and beat him up. But yeah, I feel like everyone really encouraged me. Like Aaron encouraged me, Daniela, my family, my mum, everyone really encouraged me. Because like, Tara, this is your sport. Like, have this special thing, just make it yours. So yeah.
Just keep going.
Because the love's there for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you know, some kids at them sort of ages are sort of like, I don't want to go, and then their parents are like, well, yeah, you don't have to go now. And it's sort of like,
Yeah, it's like it weren't pushed upon you. You've enjoyed the journey. You've flowed with it.
Yeah, it's just been me. Like, yeah. It's something that I've wanted to do. Not like I've been forced into it. It's something I've wanted to do.
So it feels natural.
Yeah.
It feels like a natural
does,
shit.
yeah.
What's one of the biggest lessons BJJ's taught you so far?
Biggest lesson is patience. I'm not a patient person. Obviously, I've got better with my patience, but I'm not a patient person. And jiu-jitsu has taught me to be very patient. Like, in terms of like, in the start, I walked into competition expecting to win things, and obviously that it's not really, that's not reality. And obviously, I've had to work hard. I've had to have the patience with myself as well to just even like turn up to training every day and just get better every day and finally see like the results, you know. But yeah, it's just overall patience. I've had to learn to be patient with myself, with people around me. Yeah, just overall patience. Yeah, I'll just say patience, just being patient with yourself.
Has that helped with any other aspects of your life, sort of like uni or school or anything like that?
Definitely, yeah. During like sixth form, I hated sixth form. Sixth form was like the worst part ever. But yeah, learning to, in life, like in general, learn to be patient. Like just waiting, and sometimes you just got to sit and wait and let things just roll out and come out to plan. So obviously for me, I like things to go my way. I like things to run how I want them to run. So when things like in school, whether that was like me studying for an exam, not getting the results or whatever, it was just, you just got to be patient and wait, because you'd never know what's waiting behind the next door, you know? Yeah. Like you could go open another door and that's not the door you wanted, but there's another door that's waiting for you. So you just got to be patient, wait, just let things roll out. But yeah, I guess it's just all patience. Learn to be patient.
It's because things like that take, like in normal, like in jiu-jitsu, obviously you might refer to it as like when you're rolling, you're sort of waiting for that perfect time to catch a choke or catch something like that. But I think we forget that in life it takes a few more weeks or a few more, like it doesn't happen over like an hour. Do you know what I mean? It happens over a few months.
Or you watch a video and you think, yep,
yeah,
that's me. Yeah. And then you go to it and you're like, nope.
Literally,
Obviously, you said the kids' classes lasted till 16, but you actually left when you were 14 and started doing adults classes.
Yeah.
What made you go straight into adults at 14?
I think it was, I remember just like one day after grading, I think it was after grading, I remember Aaron was just like, you guys are no longer in the kids' class. He was like, after Christmas, you guys are going into adults. And it was like a group. It was like a group of us. I think it was about 5 of us. Yeah, and I think most of us were like around the same age. So all of us were around 14. Now, I think the cut-off age for going into adults class, I think it is 14, 15. Yeah, so, yeah. And then I just ended up in the kids' class from then. And the rest is basically history.
What was it like rolling with the adults though, at that age?
Different. Like fighting with someone, obviously that's just not your way. Obviously it's hard. Like you're just like, why am I here? Like I can't do anything. I can't do my game on you. Then you just learn to work around it. You learn to be different, to sort of outsmart people. Obviously most of the time, because obviously in the class I'm mainly like one of the smallest people there. So if I can't if I can't outwit you with strength, I've got to outwit you with speed. So you just kind of, you learn to work around things. And then these things, I feel like they develop your game.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things you can't use on certain people. So I guess it's an advantage because I've learned to fight people bigger than me. And obviously like fighting with certain people, they'll be like, they wouldn't expect me to fight the way I fight because I'm so small. But obviously I've been doing this, like I've been in the adults class for a long time. So I kind of know how to fight and what to put against certain people, not what to use like with certain people. So I guess it's been quite an advantage, really.
Because you obviously when you've been winning these golds, you go into that, what's that, like, final competition? You know, there's no weight classes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So has that helped with that sort of stuff? Because obviously you're winning the absolutes as well, which is like mental. Because even at that one the other day, there were some big girls there at that Milton Keynes one. I was thinking there were some big girls there. I was thinking, how are the like smallest girls gonna just like roll with the big girls? But
it's an advantage. No, it actually very much is an advantage. So I can walk into open class and all absolutes and just be like, it doesn't really scare me to fight. Different weight categories.
What's it done for your confidence? Like, you must be oozing with confidence.
For my, it kind of it depends how you say confidence, because I can be confident. Obviously, you see me compete and stuff, but like, I wouldn't say I would like to say like more humble, you know, because I've been on both sides. I've been on the losing side and I've been on the winning side, you know. But it does make me a confident person, but not overly confident.
Not overly, yeah.
So, because I've been on both sides, I've been on both ends of the stick. I've been the one who just gets defeated by everyone in the bracket, but then at the same time, I've been the person who's defeated the whole bracket. But yeah, I'll say it's given me confidence outside as well, outside of jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu as a whole, obviously, because I was coaching for a while, I was teaching 210 ladies. That's given me confidence. I found it hard to speak to people. Like, you seem like, even on the mat, like, I'm not talking a lot. I'm just that girl who I'm quiet.
You're reserved?
Yeah, I'm very reserved.
Yeah.
So, but obviously learning to teach and stuff, it has made me confidence in terms of like talking to people. But no, it has made me, I feel like it has given me a bit of a confidence boost.
Your
but
confidence,
not too much.
but yeah, not cocky.
Yeah.
You're just humble with the confidence. Yeah.
Because I've been on both sides. I know how it feels to be the loser. I know how it feels to be the winner. So, yeah.
How old were you when you done your first competition?
How old was I?
Yeah, like what sort of age was you? How long did you do jiu-jitsu for before then?
My first competition I did, I was a grey belt. I was 13, 14. That was just, that was me in the women's division. I think I got bronze for that one, but then I didn't compete for ages after that. And that's when I competed at blue belt 2 months after getting my belt. That was 2022, I think February. I decided to do All Stars Europeans, and that's where I went. And I got my ass beat, and it was so embarrassing. And I remember it so well because, like, I remember on the table was like one of the girls that were reffing were actually it was Nia Blackman. She's like one of my favorite jiu-jitsu players at the moment. She was on my table, and I got my ass beat in front of her, and it was so embarrassing. But then obviously, like, if that day didn't happen, I wouldn't legit be sitting here. So but yeah, I would say like my actual, like, the competition I like to count is that first one at blue belt, because that was realization of I've got work to do.
Did you think it would be that hard?
I didn't think because again, I walked in thinking, I'm gonna do well. I'm a blue belt now. I got reality check, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all.
And the weird thing with jiu-jitsu is, like, there's belts who, like, you could be, everyone's a blue belt. Yeah. Someone might be like 4 years into a blue belt or whatever, 3 years, and you might have just be a blue belt. And that's like, so even the skill level there is like, there's a massive jump from just a blue belt versus a blue belt. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Because there's women that I've fought that have been blue belt for 10 years who are out there fighting IBJJF every weekend. Yeah. And then there's just me who's just doing competitions every other month, you know, in the UK. So there is a difference.
Do you think competitions is the best way to get better? If you want to get better at jiu-jitsu, do you think you have to compete or you should compete?
I would always encourage people to compete. I would always, like, if, like, students from my class say I would like to compete, I always encourage them to compete. I feel like you learn a lot from competition, not only from, because I know that me fighting on the mat at training is different to me fighting at competition. So you gotta, I guess I'll say, you learn a lot from competition. You learn them in, like, remember you're versing someone you don't fight with on a regular basis. So I might fight with Jamie, right, my brother. He knows I'm gonna try and choke him or something, so he's gonna defend it. Whereas someone at a competition doesn't know my game, they don't know my plan, I don't know theirs, they don't know mine. So I would say, yeah, fighting out competition is the best thing. I think it's the best route, honestly. You learn a lot about yourself and your jiu-jitsu when you compete. But I'm not saying you don't if you don't compete. But I would say, yeah, I'd say competing it's been
I feel like because there's a lot of pressure, nerves,
Yeah.
you've got a crowd. It's sort of like how are you going to deal with everything bundled in one? And like you said,
At
you
one
either
point.
crack or you get through it.
No, literally, yeah. So
Yeah.
you crack, and I've cracked a couple of times, but like, yeah, you just learn. Jiu-jitsu is it's just been a learning game for me. It's just you just learn. You learn every time you get on the mat. And you learn about yourself and jiu-jitsu. I think that's the most important thing that I've learned. You don't only learn about you and your sport. You learn about yourself as a person and how you react and how you behave in certain situations and how you deal with things. Also, it's sort of like a person. Like for me, it's been character building. Like, for example, like you said earlier, like my confidence, learning to be humble, learning to be patient, as well as learning to be respectful. That's one of the things. Because, like, obviously, there's been, like, before, when I was first competing, after you've just been beaten by someone, you don't want to shake their hand. You don't want to shake, you don't want to shake their hand. You don't want to, but you just learn. You learn to get over these things. You learn that you try, as long as you've gone out there and you've tried your best. That's all you can do. So you can do.
Is that something you want to do for the rest of your life? Like, would you want to be full time doing sort of jiu-jitsu?
I will definitely do it full time, but I still want to obviously complete my degree and still do stuff within my degree. But yeah, I will definitely do it.
What are you doing in your degree?
Data science and analytics.
Okay.
So I still want to do that, but I don't think jiu-jitsu can't not be a part of my life now.
Yeah.
It is legit a part of me. It's taught me lessons that other people haven't. Like someone else couldn't teach me. I've had to find out for myself. So I feel like it's just, yeah, I would definitely would do it full time. If someone was like, yeah, Tara, you can travel the world and do jiu-jitsu, I'd happily do it. I would happily do it.
How do they, like, the bigger jiu-jitsu people sort of make their money and get, obviously I don't really know. How do they get wages? Is there like a UFC format
I think
for jiu-jitsu
it's
or
competing, and then one championship do the jiu-jitsu, didn't they?
I think they do. IBJJF, you get paid for IBJJF as well, but you got to be a black belt.
Yeah.
Like they just had the crown on IBJJF, and I think like you get cash prizes for stuff like that. But I don't really know in terms of like getting paid for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
think
like
a lot
that.
of them make their money from YouTube, Instagram,
seminars?
TikToks. Yeah,
Yeah.
do it like breaking down moves and
Yeah,
adding their philosophy to certain things.
and they'll do like special. Like I've seen it like a couple of times where like they'll make their own like do it through seminars as well. Like they'll host seminars. I guess they get their money from
go
seminars
around,
as well. Or they'll make their own like digital like books and stuff based on their game and what they use and stuff. So yeah, I guess so.
Have you ever like altered a move or sort of like figured out ways of doing things, like making up your own sort of stuff in there?
I feel like
An artist.
Yeah, it works. You know that works. Like, someone does it one way and you're like, nah, it could
Nah,
definitely
do
work
this
the other way. Yeah.
I feel like if I have done that, it's just been by accident.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like for example, if you're going for a sweep and you just need it to work,
Yeah.
you're gonna do something just for it to work. But I haven't legit like sat there and just made up my
Yeah.
own and called it the Tara or something. I haven't made up something like that.
Because you don't think that's mental? Like, didn't like people just create a move and they're like, this works,
this
and now
works.
that's like the next move. Like, everyone sort of learns.
I feel like that's
Eddie
when
Bravo
people are
done-
very like creative.
Yeah,
When they get to like a certain level, they're like,
just
we
put stuff
understand
together.
things
So
so much,
much.
we can start manipulating.
Yeah,
things.
like Eddie
That's
Bravo done like
crazy.
the rubber guard.
Yeah.
Did he make the rubber guard? I think he
was
did like
the
come up with the
first,
rubber
That's
guard, which is
crazy.
like mental to think
I
that
don't
you can
think you
just.
can just make up your. That is crazy. Imagine like
Yeah, but
someone's created a sport and you've just gone and just slapped your own thing. onto it. Like,
And called it.
is this- I think that's crazy. I don't think
There's
I-
a lot of life lessons involved in BJJ. It's like Boy said before, it's like it's like art. You can add your own twist and
Yeah.
your own flavour to it. Everyone's style is different.
Yeah,
Everyone brings a different style.
definitely. Yeah.
What's it been like with 210 and sort of seeing it grow? Obviously, you've been there from the kids program.
Yeah.
So what's it like now when you see all how good it is and everything like that?
Watching 210 grow, because obviously I've grown with it. Obviously, like I said, I've been there since I was 12, so I feel like I've actually like in a way kind of been raised by 210 in a way, as crazy as that sounds. But watching it grow, like it went from, of course, like small kids class to like a whole adults class, and like obviously I did used to like now and again go and like help with the kids class, and when I see so much kids in the kids class, I'm like, wow, like how have like I don't know, like 10 of us like grown into like there's like 45 of them, and it's like how have we grown that much? But no, it's been really great watching like my team grow with the amount of people, and obviously watching the adults class. Like as a kid, I remember like leaving. I remember there was like 4 or 5 adults, I think at least, and then like now there's like 45 people on one mat, like on a Wednesday. Like, that's crazy. But no, it's generally been great. It's been really nice watching my team grow.
You know
like
what fascinates me about watching is the kids. Watching them do BJJ, especially the girls, like the young girls, I'm just like, wow, like you're so crazy. They're just crazy. Yeah. The boys are good, but I feel like the girls are just crazy. They go out there and they're just like,
millions. So yeah. When I come, that was the first time I've watched live jiu-jitsu, and I was like, there was these 2 young girls. They were so young, like their gis were tiny, everything. And one girl had this other girl like rear naked choke and everything, and I was like, this is mental. Like, but they look cute and innocent, and they're rolling around like these 2 girls. One of them's got her flattened out, like trying to choke her.
But for their confidence as growing up into young women, like that's perfect for them.
Right. Yeah,
you've been in that sport, teaching you good values as well,
and good self-defense.
Yeah,
of course.
Well.
Like
heavy on self-defense.
Especially with what jiu-jitsu's like it's skill. It's not who's heavier than who or who's stronger than who. So
skill.
If you have a base, if like someone does try to attack you on the street or something like that, you know skill instead of strength. You don't need to say I'm not stronger than this person.
Yeah.
So and you can get out of a situation. You get out.
Yeah, because it does happen. It does happen to people. Yeah, so it is good. Like, you ever see that video? This girl I don't know. She was like locking up the gym in America. She was the last person in the gym. This guy come in and tried to rob her and tried to like drag her down. She knew jiu-jitsu and she fucked this guy up. In the gym, and no one was there, and then she kind of ran out.
And
I was like,
I've seen this.
Yeah, it was like a mixed race girl, and he come in and he tried to like grab her, and she fucked him up. This guy got fucked up, man. What's it been like competing in the? Is it IBJJF?
Oh yeah,
IBJJF.
Yeah, that's been different.
In Paris. That was in Paris, isn't it?
Yeah, I did one in Paris and I did one in London in October. Yeah, IBJJF. That's been different. That's just open the doors all over again. It feels like I've started from like level 0 again. Like, I have to learn new stuff. I've like walked into my own category, and there's girls there like they're like me. I don't say like I'm on the same level as them, but you know, like girls who have the same sort of mindset as me. I'm not saying that the girls obviously that I fight at London grappling industries don't have the same mindset, but girls who like probably train like 5 times. Like,
athletes.
Yeah, but
basically
athletes.
basically.
You're in an elite category. You've like made that.
Yeah.
You're a different breed. Yeah.
Not sort of like people who are just hobbyists or part-timers. Like these are people who are like want to be professional athletes.
Yeah. So I've walked into. That's basically what I've walked into. Athletes who we all have the same mindset. So that's been really different. I've had to refocus like my game. Like, I've had to actually work on strategies now. Like at London, obviously the one in Paris, that was good because obviously that was just something that obviously I really just wanted to test the waters and see what I'm getting into, and that was all right. That was a really good experience. But then going to the one in London, I'm like, okay, right, it's the same thing, girls with the same aim. So that's been an eye opener. I feel like, again, like I've said, I've started from level 0 again. There's just got to do more work to work towards it. And just see where we go from there.
Is that everyone from around the world competing?
Yeah, anyone. You'll find people from all corners of the world fighting. So, yeah, so it's not just people from the UK. You'll find people from different parts of the world. And like earlier, like we said, like different parts of the world have different games and different levels.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting all different levels.
Do you feel like now you'd have to start like mapping out a game plan or strategies?
Yeah, I said this to like after I did London Open, I was like, yeah, I need a strategy now. Like, I can't do this for vibes anymore. Like, obviously, because I didn't really have a game. I knew what I was doing. Like, I'm comfortable with my game, but it's like, right, I need specifics now. Like, I need to know. I'm not saying that I don't know, but I need to know what I'm going for now that I'm fighting like these girls. But yeah, I do need a strategy now. I need a game plan to walk through.
Yeah.
What is the IBJJF like? How? Obviously, I'm not too sure, and I'm sure there's people watching. But what is like the sort of level? Is it one of the big? Because it's hard to say professional and amateur because I don't know what that is. Like, I'm going to say
IBJJF is professional.
It's professional level. It's all the best people. Because there's that one in I know there's a black belt one in. Is it in Abu Dhabi?
Oh, the Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Grand Prix. Grand Prix. So is that like the
I thought it's IBJF. That's
I'll say that's the main one.
gi, innit? That's the main one, innit?
No, they do know gi as well.
They do know gi. As well.
IBJJF is like the main competition.
I would say that's the main one.
Yeah.
But AJP, I feel like, I don't want to say they're equal, but I would say they both are up there.
They're both like top tier level.
Like
so you're going into competitions where it's like, the best people in the world are fighting on this flipping
that's where they're going.
That's fucking elite shit. that is like pretty mad.
That's where they're going, yeah. But yeah, that's the aim. It is the aim. It's one of the aims. I do want to be up there, but again, I got to be patient.
How have you been getting on in them competitions?
Me and Jamie did the AJP World Tour. That we did it in Birmingham. I think there was one in Watford. I think this year. I got silver, and then the next one I got bronze. Then the IBJJF, I got double bronze in Paris. That was in the absolute and my weight category. And then the one in the London Open, I got bronze as well.
So you're podiuming.
Yeah.
Like you're getting on the that's
on the
pretty
podium
mad.
at least.
Oh, that's legit.
Yeah. At least
That's a legit flipping like.
You're on your way.
So say if Aaron were to come to you in 2 weeks, for example, and say, I'm going to move you up to the next belt, yeah? Would you, because you've not won it, or because I feel like just speaking to you now, you're sort of like, you would know when you're ready to move up or when you think you're ready to move up?
Oh yeah, I feel not when I'm ready or when I should get the belt, because obviously that's coach's decision. But like feeling comfortable if I was to receive my belt. But if he was to tell me you're getting your belt next week, and I've got, obviously because I'm doing Euros in January, no, I would be very scared. I would be very scared. I don't think I would.
I feel like with jiu-jitsu you always be a little. I don't think you'll ever feel like you're ready for a belt. Mm-hmm. You'll get given a belt and you'll feel like, I watched that Mikey, the Italian guy. I can't remember his second name.
Marcelli?
Yeah, but he got given his brown belt, and I watched the documentary, and he was like, I'm not ready for this. And then he competed in IBJF, and then he won it. And then he got given his black, and then he was like, I'm not ready for this now. You know what I mean? And then he ended up winning it in the black. So it's like, he was just always like, I've always just doubted myself, and I never thought I was ready. But he's like, one thing I made sure of, I always put in the time and the work. Yeah. So I don't feel like we ever think we're ready.
No, don't think.
No, because you're always thinking there's someone out there who's done this, or there's someone out there who's done it this way, and it's sort of, you always compare. But everyone's journey is different, I suppose. Isn't it?
Everyone's journey is different. That's a big thing that I've had to. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone has different timings. Everyone has a certain time for certain opportunities. But yeah, you got to learn to like just focus on your own journey. And that's really a hard one, because you'll see someone who's the same belt as you and they're doing much better than you. And you're like, why am I not there? Why am I not there? Yeah. And then you're like, I'm doing the exact same thing as this person, or I'm doing better than this person. I'm still not at their level. But yeah, you just got to stop comparing and just keep on your own lane.
Yeah.
Keep it in your own lane.
It's hard as well with social media. Yeah. So hard with social media, because you're like seeing all these people and you're like, nah, this ain't right. This guy done it in this time, and this guy done it in this time.
It's everywhere as well.
Yeah.
In any sport you do, it's everywhere. Like, you always see people that do better than you. But like you said, you just got to dial in and focus on you. And like you said, with jiu-jitsu, you do really find out what you're good at and your strengths and weaknesses, if you can spot it. So you just have to just stick with that and roll.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got good coaches as well, and they'll help you get through it.
Yeah. Literally, coaches are a big part.
So with obviously you said you got the Europeans coming up.
Yeah.
Do you do anything? So when you're preparing for a competition, will you just train jiu-jitsu, or do you go running? Do you do sprints? Do you do anything else around it?
So now that obviously I don't go Euros, I've got a strength and conditioning coach, because obviously I'm sponsored by my uni now, so they're giving me a strength and conditioning coach. I've got like overall fitness testing due as well. Got my own nutritionist, so me going back on like diets and trying to make sure I'm staying within my weight category. Because of IBJJF, it's hard because you have to weigh in with your gi on. So without my gi, I'm basically in that category, but with my gi on, I'm not. And obviously there's been times where I've gone upper weight category, and it's like you can really feel the difference. So it's me just keeping up with my fitness, going gym, strength and conditioning, make sure that I'm eating properly. That's a hard one, because obviously like you just kind of just, if you want a piece of cake, like come on now. one of those ones.
I had to try and taper that one down. I had to try and taper that one down, man. That one hit home.
So yeah, so it's just me just keeping on top of things, training consistently, like building game strategies, rolling effectively. Like you can roll, but if you're not rolling effectively, it's not really no point. Make sure that I have no injuries, because that's a big one. Make sure that I'm rolling sensibly. But yeah, apart from that.
Just like to take this time to shout out our sponsors at Prime MMA. If you're looking to enhance your MMA skills and learn by one of the best coaches around, head over to Prime MMA now. It's as easy as clicking the link in their bio, selecting your class, selecting your purchase type, putting your email in, and then purchasing. With brilliant MMA and boxing fighters coming out of Prime, it's really the best time to start your MMA journey now. Head over to Prime MMA and let your mixed martial arts journey begin.
Yeah, it's hard though, sometimes to roll. Like I rolled with someone the other day, and I felt like it was more of like a flow roll. Like I enjoyed it. I come out of it and I was like, oh wow, I don't feel beat up. I don't feel burnt out. This was a good roll. And then the second person just wanted to murder me.
It was smoke.
And then you're bringing the dog out. And the next thing you know, you're mashed.
So you said you had to weigh in with the gi on. What? All gis weigh different, no?
No.
Do they all weigh the same? Do they all weigh different? Or do you have to wear a specific gi for competition?
IBJJF have like rules and regulations for your gi. So like it's even down to like where your patches are on your gi. Like if like they say that you're not allowed a patch like here on your shoulder, they'll actually, it's either they'll be like your gi is like you're DQ'd because of your gi, or you got. I've been to like competitions where you just see them like cutting it off their gi. So like you got to weigh in with your gi on, but then they have to be a certain weight, like between like 350 or 400. Like I don't know, so cotton, that stuff. So they're really strict and stuff like that. But I guess it depends.
I suppose it makes sense if you got to weigh in with the gi. Because I was thinking, but if someone had a really light gi, and then everyone would just be
I think gis. So I think it has to be between a certain weight. Yeah.
Would you like put patches in that on your gis and stuff like that?
No, I do actually. I do have a couple. I have patches on my gi. I think I've got a Jamaican flag on one, and I've just got like a 210 bad one.
Do people just put like sponsors in that on them?
I suppose if you're a sponsored athlete.
Yeah, my sponsored gi, it was just mainly, it was just their brand of gi, but it didn't really have like a patch on it. But then you get some athletes where it's like, their sponsors will just give them a patch and be like, just say this
Put this on, yeah. Obviously, you said you're sponsored as well by Soul Taker.
Oh, that I'm not sponsored by.
Oh, you're not sponsored by Soul Taker?
That ended, but like from last year, December, I think, up to October, they sponsored me.
What was that like?
That was really good. That was my first time being sponsored actually. And that was actually like one of my New Year's resolutions. I was like, really want to get sponsored this year. And then like by the end of January, I was like a sponsored athlete. And I was like, wow. But that was really good. They did me nicely.
Who are Soul Taker? Are they like a Jiu Jitsu company?
Yeah, so they're a gym in St. Albans. I've been there a couple of times as well. Run by Danny and Sid. They were really good sponsors. Like they plugged me very nicely. Like even like their kit and stuff, it was good. And then they gave me a personalized like Jamaican one, no-gi set. Yeah. Obsessed. Obsessed with my name on the back as well. Obsessed. Love that kit so much. I do love that kit.
What do you prefer most, gi or no-gi? Or do you just switch?
I'm a gi person. But then I feel like it's because most of my game, like from kids class, I've just been taught gi. So I'm comfortable in gi. But at the same time, at competition, I do both. Yeah. But then from like my medals and stuff, I do better in no-gi than I sometimes do gi. So it's like, I can do both equally, but I prefer gi. I'm a gi person. I prefer grips. Like most of my game, I don't really feel like I've established a game in no-gi yet. Like I still try to play my gi in my no-gi, which doesn't work because it's like you can't.
It's a bit different.
It's really different, yeah. But I'm kind of working on my no-gi at the moment. But yeah, I'll say I'm a gi girl. I'm a gi girl, definitely. But then it switches. Like one month I'll be like, I love no. One day I'll be like, I really love no-gi, and then the next month I'm like, but no-gi.
Everyone always said that. I think Cameron said the same thing, and he said it just depends. It just depends where you're doing better at that time. You're sort of like, I'm
enjoying it more. Yeah.
Gi's more technical. There's a lot more technique to it. Where no-gi can be a little bit more like wrestly.
Yeah.
So if you're quite athletic, you'll probably get away with a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
When in the gi, you'll get found out. And
Literally.
get caught up.
Get caught up. Yeah,
I think that's why I preferred watching no-gi, I think. Because it was more like similar to mixed martial arts. It was like MMA anyway, sort of like the grips and the grabbing and
it can be more exciting
pulling
as well.
people down.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you watch,
people were setting some stuff up, like especially the high level people in the gi. That I was like, I don't know what's going on right now. This guy's dragging him down by his gi, man. He's wrapping him up.
That's when it's like chess. When you watch them high level guys, like they're you can see they're setting things up. They're setting things up, and then they finally get you. They wear you down. Yeah, it's a different game.
When you travelled to Paris to compete, did you stay out there for a bit? What was that? What was the whole travel sort of experience like?
Also, because I think I flew out on a Thursday. The competition was either on Saturday or Sunday because they released the brackets a day before the competition. So obviously I had to be out there before. So I think I flew out on Thursday or Friday, stayed in a hotel and whatever. Then they released the brackets, and I think I was fighting on Saturday. Then obviously fought Saturday. Spent I think most of the day there, and then that was it, and then just explored Paris for the rest of it, and then came home. That was legit.
Was it hard to sort of like explore that when you're in game mode, when you're sort of like, I've got to go and compete, like, you know?
I get it. It's like it is a bit weird because it's like you feel like obviously you're in Paris, like you're away somewhere out of the country, but then you're like, oh wait, I'm here to fight. I'm out here for a reason. But no, it was. I feel like after it was fine, like explored Paris or whatever, but before it was like even like the night before, I remember just sitting in the hotel room like, right, I've got to go out there and fight tomorrow, like I'm competing tomorrow. But I would say I don't think it was that hard. I feel like competing has now just become like it's not a burden, but it's not a problem anymore. Like before it was like me sitting there the night before like panicking, like can't sleep. Now it's just like, oh, competition next day.
Bit normal.
You know what it is, it's like I always say, like in my Instagram post, like just another day in office. Like it's another
podium and bouncing. Paris, couple bronzes and that out of it. Obviously, you said you won 5 golds in 2 weeks.
Yes.
What were the what competitions was it in, and what was that like?
That was UMAC. That was in gi and gi absolute. And then the triple gold was at Grappling Industries, no gi, and gi absolute.
And how many fights is this all together in that Grappling Industries? How many fights?
No gi was 2, gi was 2, and then absolute was a knockout bracket. There was 3 of us, so I only had to fight the finalist. And so that was like 1. Yeah. So
so that was like 5 matches.
Yeah. 5.
What is it like in a typical competition? It just depends how many people have entered in. Yeah.
But then this is the problem because not much females really compete. So it's just me like searching to see who has the most brackets on what day. But it just kind of depends on the competition. You'll find like most people will draw between like Grappling Industries and like the British Opens and stuff. But sometimes it's really hard to find a competition where I can pay the same amount as like the guys and get like the same amount of fights. Like I've seen like the blue belts for the males, like let's say like 73 kg or something, or 60 kg, and they have like 14, 20 fights, and then there's just me who has like 2 or 3 in the day.
Yeah.
But then like when you go towards IBJJF, like for Euros, there's like 14 girls in my bracket.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, that's gonna be a long day. That's a day that I've never seen 14 girls in one bracket before. So it just depends on the competition.
How many were there in the IBJJF?
6 for absolute. Wait, for the one in Paris or the one in London?
Both. Whichever one was more.
I think Paris. I remember it was 6 in the absolute. I think 5 of us in the 5 in the gi. Yeah, so it was like 6-5 in the bracket. Yeah.
So can you just enter into the absolute, or you have to win the?
Oh, so no. So it's not like something you enter first. Like you have to compete in the gi.
Yeah.
And then after you've done like your fights, then you've got the option. Like after you've podium, then you have the option to enter absolute.
Yeah. So you have to podium to get in there.
I don't think you have to. You don't have to podium. Now that you say that, I don't know. I feel like you don't have to podium. I don't think you have to podium to get on up, but don't mark me on my word.
Yeah,
I don't know that much.
it's weird you say that about the brackets actually, because there was a time in that Milton Keynes one, there was these two heavyweights and the same two people were just fighting each other every time.
Yeah,
I watched these two people fight each other over and over and over again, man. Yeah, he broke him, fell through it.
So after that, I remember standing on the podium and be like, why are the podiums like this? And then I remember like the same day, like when I got home, I was scrolling through Instagram, I went on the UMAC court, and I saw the guy fall through the podium.
Yeah.
That's why the podium was.
Yeah, he literally just dropped through the podium, man. But yeah, them two were just fighting over and over again. You said you're with a university program, or you've joined you. Is this with your university in London?
Yeah, it is.
And how does that all work, and what is it?
So they have an elite athlete program. Obviously at my uni, I feel like they're really focused on sport. Like they have their netball teams and football teams and stuff. So they have an elite athletes program, and it's mainly for for students who are student athletes and have their own like dedicated sports, and they compete and stuff. So I had to go through like an application process of like interviews and meetings and stuff. And obviously I got through. I think there's only 10 or 12 of us out of the whole uni who are on this program. So like it's them. So like you get your own personal nutritionist, psychologist, strength and conditioning coaches, fitness testings, was it like physiotherapy, sports massages.
Wow, man,
they'll pay for they pay for your competition.
Do they have all this stuff in the university as well?
Yeah, so it will be like, see, like for example, like their nutritionist is obviously external, but then she also works at the uni. Some of it is external, some of it is internal. But I know for the nutritionist, I've got the person who's responsible for me. She's a graduate in like nutrition and stuff. But then obviously it's like experience, and then it's also overseen by like the main nutritionist herself. But yeah, it's a good thing.
Was it like a sports related uni? Like, because you know some unis are they specialise in certain things. Does that uni specialise in sport quite a bit then as well?
I don't think it's really specialised in sport, but they're very on sports.
Yeah.
Like I was really shocked, like with the stuff that they have, like even with, like when I saw their fitness testing, like I think it's like next 2 weeks, like they'll fully like hook me up to machines and have me running on a treadmill on a cycle to test my oxygen levels and the converting stuff. So yeah, I'm guessing so, but I guess it's because at the uni they study stuff like this. So I guess it's experience for like other students, like master students and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it seems like I feel like they are very sports focused. Like you have your taekwondo, your karate. Like I started karate like a month or two ago. So they have their different sports. They have taekwondo there, they have karate there, they have their netball, they have squash, they have basically any sport you can legit think of. They've got it there.
Yeah.
And would you say you've started karate?
Yeah.
How are you finding that?
That's good. It's very different because obviously I haven't really done striking. So, but at the same time, it's called, I think, Gojo-Ryu. So it's like what the coach explained was that it's basically the karate before they split it up. So there is jiu-jitsu in there is judo in there. Like they start from standing, but then you also start from the floor. So when it comes to sparring, of course, you're fighting, you're punching, but as soon as it gets to the floor, you're doing jiu-jitsu. So that bit I can do. I can start from the floor, but when it starts from standing, I'm getting punched up. But the floor, like starting from the floor, it's fine. But no, that's been really good though. But yeah, because I've done karate before. Like
so, it's like a karate mix.
Yeah, it's legit a mix of also. Look, we've done judo. We've done like we be doing like ground stuff, and we're doing jiu-jitsu. We're doing like Kimuras and Americanas and stuff. So it's like I know this. But yeah, it's been really good. Self-defense, like they teach self-defense in there as well. So that's been different. That's been different.
Well, it'll probably only help your game. So
yeah, literally. I'm hoping it's kind of going to break that, like, because obviously, like, I feel like I still have that, like, I have, like, remorse. Like, you know, like, I hate hitting people. Like, even, like, during the sparring, I was like, I don't even want to hit you hard. But obviously, they'll be hitting me really hard. Like I don't want to do it. It's weird. Like, why am I hitting you? But I feel like hopefully it will help me with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will, because there is a lot of elements where I am seeing jiu-jitsu in there. But obviously because I've done jiu-jitsu, I kind of have the fitness level. So obviously like all the pushes and the crazy warm-ups that we'd be doing, they're similar to Kieran's warm-up. So it's like
his warm-ups are a bit mad. His warm-ups are a little bit mad.
And sometimes just goes over the top.
But it's all for the better though.
Yeah, it is.
It's all for the better.
But then sometimes you finish the warm-up and everyone's just like
it was dead. No, but yeah. It's been good. It's been really good.
No, that's wicked, man. That seems like a good program, though. Like, would you want to go into mixed martial arts or anything like that? Do you think is it something that interests you?
I've actually had this conversation before where I was like, I actually would love to do MMA, but then it's like, again, I've got to get rid of that, like that remorse part, you know. Like, I would hate to hit someone and just they're bleeding. Like that for me, that's just mad. But I would definitely go down.
I feel like
MMA
you'll get
route.
accustomed to it.
Yeah, that's what I say. Once I get used to it, I think I'll be fine. But I would definitely go down the MMA route.
Yeah.
I would, or some sort of, or just even competing in karate. I generally would. I do want to.
You'd end up probably having them opportunities though, because a lot of them.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Yeah,
100%.
I definitely would. I would definitely go down the MMA route.
Especially them
I
like
feel like that's the good game to have, like having your jiu-jitsu behind you.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a bit of this karate as well, and you're starting to load throws and then just some strikes and being quick and explosive, you're only 18. Well, it's mad.
especially to that level. Like I feel like jiu-jitsu, like you said, to get to be a black belt and you're still learning is like 14 years, 15 years, 12 years. Striking, you can pick up striking in a couple of years. Yeah, I'm not saying you're going to have like Conor McGregor striking or Stephen Wonderboy Thompson striking, but you can pick up a basic striking pattern so you can get in close and take someone down. So I feel like
or have someone
definitely
scared about you're going to strike and realistically you're just going to fling them down.
Yeah. So I feel like it's definitely a good base to have. Them sort of bases, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and especially to go into MMA. Yeah. What's your wrestling sort of like? Do you do any wrestling classes?
I actually don't do wrestling. They do actually have it at London Fight Factory, but because obviously my uni timings, it's not convenient. Yeah, but I will definitely, I will. It will see me one day. It will see me one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the
You definitely got it naturally already though. 100%. I feel like some people just naturally have wrestling. They just naturally got the strength. They're just learning techniques.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Bruce Buffer, the voice of the UFC. Are you looking for a DJ for your MMA, boxing, or combat sports event? Well, I've got incredible news. 1981 Events are your one-stop shop for the best combat sports DJs. What are you waiting for? Contact Darren Jones today on 0786 110-5372 or visit their website at www.1981events.com because it's time!
Are you scared of like getting cauliflower ears or anything?
Oh, I actually did have one at one point and it did actually scare me. I don't want it. If I could have it like when I walk on the mats and then it's there, so I look a bit like
tough,
a little bit tough. But obviously, as soon as I leave, I want it to go.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want a cauliflower. If I get it, I get it.
Some people actually want it. That's the
what it can like swell up and it looks like a cauliflower and then it sort of goes and it goes a bit.
It's horrible. No, I don't think it actually heals. I don't like Jaden. He has cauliflower ears. Yeah. He's
done.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah,
that's,
little mutant. I always cut like the top of my ears. Like they always like slit open like on the top here.
Well, you get like
like
here.
Yeah. And for some reason, like they always get like slit open. And I don't.
Oh my god!
I don't want them opening.
That's good. That sounds like they're going to be like Dumbo. They're not looking like that. They're just going to push forward. What do you not wear? Do you wear anything?
No,
nothing.
I've never actually had. I've had my ears like swell. Yeah, but I don't really think it was a cauliflower.
Is it painful when they swell?
When mine was swell, it was really painful. Like even like touching it, it just had like squealing. It was horrible. Obviously, it healed. I don't know how it did, but it healed. But I wouldn't want to cauliflower.
I
wouldn't want one.
I ain't gonna lie.
I would.
You always look like they're getting a little bit swole anyway, man. At the top.
I was thinking because they're getting cut at the top, they actually might start coming like that. And I ain't on that.
Why don't you just wear something then? Put like a rugby scrum cap on or something.
I was thinking just
wear that though.
But I think you
no, I think scrum caps look alright. No, don't get me wrong. Them big things like the earmuff.
I'm grabbing their head and I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing?
I think you should definitely wear a scrum cap if you don't want them cauliflower ears.
That's what you got to do.
What about a bit of tape? Tape.
No, I think tape come out. Come out because even having What's it like with having long hair? Because when I was going for a few lessons, I was getting a bit like,
no, it's jarring.
I don't think you can have long hair. I think you might need to just go bald. You've got better chance of slipping out.
So jarring. So jarring.
It always just pulls out. I know yours is plaited, but mine just pulls out of the bun. You can't tie it back up, and then you got some guy trying to mount you, mate. Like I'm like, oh, tapping out because I got hair in my eye. I'm not even joking. I'm just like, nah, get off me.
Yeah. No, yeah, having hair, well, doing jiu-jitsu is jarring. It's so annoying. It is so annoying. Especially like me getting my hair done. It doesn't last that long.
Nah.
Like, give it like 2 lessons and it's not good. Yeah, it's not good.
Has it been good for you with obviously you and your brother doing it? Like, do you always sort of push each other or look at where each other are and like, oh, she's getting better at this, so I'll get better at this, or he's getting better at this, so I'll go this way?
I would love to say that I've inspired Jamie to compete. Like, even like seeing my brother, I remember like we did an all-stars competition one time and he competed, and see like even just like being by his mat side and watching him fight was such a proud like little sister moment for me. And even like watching him podium and get gold was such a proud like little sister moment for me. And then when we do like competitions during the year, like, I think our aim at the moment is to do the AJP ones like when it comes to the UK. So we'll do that. So we spent like, I think like the 2 competition we did those 2. And just us going to a competition with my brother is like, I really love it. Like, it's such a good sibling moment that not everyone gets. Yeah. Especially like I know like not everyone's little sister wants to do a mad sport like jiu-jitsu and wrestle with people. So do it.
I feel like you probably build a stronger bond because you're both going through hardship.
Yeah.
You can appreciate like what both of you, like, you're going to war.
Yeah.
That other guy wants to wipe you out. Yeah. Like, and you're watching that. Yeah, that's unreal.
No, it's a cute. It's really cute. I love doing the sport with my brother. It's a cute sibling moment. Even like from a kid, like I'll never forget. Like I remember Jamie, he got a medal. This is like when I was younger. I must have been like 7 or 8 or something. And he had this medal like on the wall. It must have been like judo or jiu-jitsu on it. I remember looking at it and be like, I want a medal one day like my big brother. So when I did that first competition with him and I stood on the podium, like we both took a photo, I was like, yeah, like this is the moment that little girl has always dreamed of, you know? And from then it's just always been, you know, just for that moment. So whenever Jamie's like, yeah, I'm going to do a competition, I'm like, yeah, I'm signing up too. Let's both like go and do it. But yeah, it's a cute moment.
Yeah, to take over. Yeah, I love that.
That's nice. It's a good message.
Really cute. Yeah.
Is there anything we've not touched on, or is there anything you've got coming up that you want to talk about, or that we've not mentioned?
Not really, except from Euros. Apart from that, that's obviously I'm planning to compete. Like I want to compete nearly every month, like I've been doing this year anyway. So keeping on top of that. But apart from that, no, nothing much really.
What about maybe like women sitting on the fence or young girls? What would you say to them?
Okay, for the ladies who are on the fence about jiu-jitsu, I just want to say, get off it. Just jump straight into it. You can never be ready for something like this. Like, you've got to learn to grow with the sport. Like, you hear it a lot. Like, people will be like, I'll come back to jiu-jitsu when I'm more fitter. Let me go to like, you hear it. Like, they'll be like, I'm going to go to the gym. And when I'm more fit, I'll come and do jiu-jitsu. No, you gotta do jiu-jitsu to be good at jiu-jitsu, in my opinion. You gotta brave it out. Like, it isn't, I'm not gonna sit here and say jiu-jitsu is an easy sport. I think it's one of the hardest. It's one of the most pressuring sports that you can do. But for the ladies in the 210 ladies classes, they love it. And I love when I get the chance to go back and stuff, and even teaching in the summer. It was great watching them like learn to do jiu-jitsu and see themselves like make mistakes and then learning to go over the mistakes, you know. But it's a character development sport and you grow with the sport. But I'll say go into it. It's either, they say that like it's one day or day one, you know, one of those ones. So it's just do it.
And I feel like a lot of people with combat sports, the worries they have is more like, oh, people just gonna batter me when I'm there. People just sort of, you know, them sort of worries, because it's quite a macho or fear of they don't want to be taken advantage of a little bit. So what's it actually like with the girls' classes? If girls or anyone's thinking like that,
the ladies' classes?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like with the ladies' classes, it's more like, this is a hard one to say. Like in the ladies' class, it's for me, from my point of view, it's like it's more vibing. Like in my opinion, there's not much ego there, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you was to go to like the mix, I feel like in the mixed class there's a lot more ego. But I feel like with 210 ladies, I feel like it's more of a like we just learn and we grow together sort of vibe. But yeah, did I answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay. So
the ladies get down to 210.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get taken advantage of. You're gonna learn good techniques off of a very good people.
We're a good support community.
Yeah,
it is a good community. It's like a family.
Yeah.
To be fair, but even when I first went to 210, I was thinking that. I was thinking, is it going to be a bit aggressive in this? But I was surprised it weren't that bad. Like it wasn't like it is a hardcore jiu-jitsu gym. Yeah. I'm not saying that and everyone's really good, but it weren't like.
I feel like it's
you were just getting bad and people were like, fuck you. And then on to the next person sort of, it was just like, you roll, clap hand, you're going to get tapped out. That's what happens. And
people have respect for the instructors.
Yeah.
The instructors are both, they're both two great people.
Mm.
Yeah.
And everyone respects them. Everyone looks at them with respect. So
that's
that is true.
So
it's true.
It's a good environment.
Yeah.
That's most important thing as well. I was going to say like gym environment is very important. If you don't have a gym with a good environment, like I feel like one of the main things for me to train, I have to have a gym with a good environment with a good like group of people. So yeah, that's it. I just want to say that.
Do you think it will sort of get to a stage where they get a bigger sort of area? 210.
210?
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I would love to see 210 with like their own building, with that own stuff in it. I feel like there is a lot more for 210.
I generally think 100% they can do.
Yeah, because even at the minute it's like rammed in there, like rammed.
Yeah.
So it's
Kieran and Aaron, both of them together they just create this energy. I don't know what it is, but there's just something so special there. I don't know. I've not been to loads of gyms, but the first day I ever went there, I was like, I'm here.
210 is different.
Yeah,
I have been to like different gyms for different open. 210 is a different gym. Like even when it comes to community and vibes, 210 is different. 210 is different, and it makes me miss home even more because like there's no place like 210. Like I don't feel like no matter what gym I walk in, there's nowhere else like 210. And I think that's a special element 210 have is their community and people.
What's it been like for you watching the growth of jiu-jitsu? Because obviously you started reasonably young, when jiu-jitsu probably wasn't that big in the UK anyway. So what's it been like to see the growth of jiu-jitsu?
For me, jiu-jitsu, obviously as a kid, like even if you're talking like specifically like female jiu-jitsu, when I was younger, it was non-existent. Like even in the kids class, there was like 3 girls and that was legit it. And then obviously now there's a whole ladies class, which is crazy to me. Like there was none of that in the start. And obviously watching like it grow has been like, wow, like the ladies who've like recently joined us, so lucky to have like people like other females there, whereas obviously like me, like and Izzy and Danielle and stuff at the start, it was just us. There wasn't really anyone else. But no, watching it grow has been really good. I feel like in the coming years it will get very big. It will become popular. I feel like it would.
Massive in the UK.
It will.
Jiu-jitsu. Because there was a time where it was like
getting bigger.
Not really about unless you were in the community and you sort of knew about it. And then it was like sort of felt like it was overnight. It was like boom.
All of a sudden there's gyms.
Place here. Like even in Luton now, there's like how many martial arts places in Luton?
I was shocked to find that as well. I didn't know there was that much like.
And a lot of talent coming out of Luton as well. There's a lot of talent in Luton.
Yeah.
I would even say there's maybe more martial arts gyms in Luton than there is boxing gyms now.
Yeah.
Definitely,
I think there's about two boxing gyms in Luton now. And I'd say there's more martial arts gyms. Yeah. Well, there definitely is.
Yeah.
So, no, martial arts is definitely on the rise. For the 2 finishing questions, we like to ask everyone this that comes on.
Yeah.
How do you actually want to be remembered? So when it's all said and done for you, you've achieved everything you want to, you got your degree. How do you actually want to be remembered in life?
Oh, this is a deep question. How I would want to be remembered. I think I wouldn't want to be remembered for my victories, more or less for the work that I put in, which is a bit weird to say, but I would want to be known as a hardworking person. It's not about how much medals I got or what I had. I feel like more or less for the person that I've become. I would love people to remember me for the person that I've become rather than what I've had. Because obviously, like, you can have all, like, for example, like the golds and stuff and all the jewelry in the world, but it's the person who you are. No, I feel like it's just the person who I am.
Yeah.
My personality and what I brought to my community. Because in the end, I'm going to start bringing stuff to my community, but it's more or less what I've done rather than the assets that I've had, sort of vibe. So yeah.
Judged on your actions, not on.
Yeah, judged on, yeah.
That's wicked.
That is.
And your most euphoric moment in life so far. So the pinnacle, a moment that sort of gives you think of it now and it gives you goosebumps.
Ooh, I think, I think it is my first competition and how scared I was. Like, I remember it like it was actually yesterday. Like, every time I think about it, like, I generally like stop like thinking about it. I think it was my first competition and realizing how scared I am, or like how scared I was, and how my legs were like so weak. I felt like I was dropping on the floor and I was about to like start crying there and then. And then when I think about me going to like my most recent competition and stepping out there without a coach and doing it on my own, I think that's the moment that like it generally makes me smile. It's like you've done it and you've reached to a point where Tara 2 years ago never thought you would be. I think that's it. Just reaching to a point that I never thought I would be, like getting somewhere that was once a dream. I've achieved a dream. I think that's it. That's that for me. That's
powerful. That is powerful. That's power. Inject that shit. I need some shit. That's like a little bottle, and you can just like drink it, and I'll be taking it. No, but Tara, thank you for coming on, man. It's been really good. Obviously, it won't be the last time. You're definitely on. You're smashing it. People, go and support Tara. I'm going to link your page down below. People with company sponsors, like, get behind the local athletes, man. Like, we just see it the other day with Ticey, like the council and stuff are not getting behind you. So people with businesses, people with anything, get behind your athletes, back everyone 100%, and let's grow the community together.
Right.
And it comes back.
Yeah,
as a whole.
And people, thank you for tuning into the Curious VG, and peace, people.
Thanks.